So we slowly approach the end of week 1, where the British public were very politely asked to stay at home. Like an awful lot of people in Britain, my dog just doesn't listen. So, continuing on, meeting people who've been affected, their businesses affected, their livelihoods affected within the wonderful industry that we call entertainment. I am once again reporting from me backyard, one's little woodland out in the sticks. Absolutely don't mind. Don't know whose it is, very possibly private. So today we have a very special guest. We're going to be asking some questions to a man very well known in the northeast rock and metal scene, Kevin Morris from RFTK Promotions.
Hello, so this is Kevin Morris. I am behind a few different projects. I do RFTK Promotion, which is a live band tour. I do the Metal to the Masters in Newcastle, and I also have done a sort of different rock nights, including Lockdown Rock Night most recently. I've been doing various different jobs in the music industry for about 20 years. Probably about time I did something else.
How do you think it's affecting the industry, the entertainment and arts sector as a whole?
Well, you know what? In ways, I've got this a little bit lucky. I've effectively rescheduled 3 shows and have doubts on 1. There's other people who've had to reschedule entire tours. There's people who have had flights booked who've got no idea if they're getting a refund or not. There'll be people who've got hotels booked who've got no idea if they've got a refund or not. You do get a refund on your trains. A good news article yesterday about what life is currently like in China. The nightclub has just reopened. That has been closed for a month. And everybody talks about, once everything reopens, that first pint's going to be a lush. Everywhere's going to be jump. No, it wasn't. Because it has gone so long that people are still paranoid. People are still worried there'll be a secondary infection. Some people really want to return to normality, but there's still a couple of restrictions in place that makes it difficult. And we don't know what it's going to look like, because you might have people that are just like, I still can't take this chance. There isn't going to be a vaccine available for maybe a year, so people might still think, well, so we don't know. It could be that I personally think that gigs will be back August, September. I think gigs will be back July, August, September, something like that. Yeah. What the turnouts will be like, I don't know. Everybody wants to support them. I know that. But there might be cases that there's 2 or 3 things on the same night that they want to go to. It might be that their own personal finances have taken a hit. I know there's a lot of people in some industries, a lot of industries have got their wages guaranteed, which is cool as fuck. But some places do not, and there's some people who are going to be worse off. It's going to be a big body blow, and whatever protections are in place, it's not going to quite be the same for a while.
So no one switch camera while I'm filming. I mean, a nice front and back, because it loves good front and back. Yes, it will recover. I know this for a fact. I actually know this. Problem is, I don't know when. Will it be the autumn? Will it be this time next year? Will it be 2023? I don't know. Things will go back to how they were last year, including all the usual bitchiness and styliness, and I don't like your band, and I don't like your band, and he's a dick and she's a whatever. Yeah, it'll go back to the same craziness that it was, and fucking goths and fucking metalers, and that club doesn't play real metal, and that club plays
too ideology, we'll be back to our usual bickering selves, I promise.
Well, how do you think it's being dealt with?
I'm going to be honest, I don't think we as a country were structurally ready for something like this, and this is something that's been said other places, because home working, for example, isn't common enough. Now, I know some industries can't do home working, but if home working was more common, this wouldn't have been an issue. So it was difficult to do stuff like that. The way our supermarkets work wasn't prepared for stuff like this. It's a very fragile model. The shortages aren't really caused by panic buying. I know it sounds like it is, but basically you have somebody who would have normally gone to work and would have gone to Greg's for sausage and bacon sandwich in the morning, and then at lunchtime would have gone to the canteen, and now this person's working from home, still needs their breakfast and their lunch, so is now buying extra stuff from the shops. That causes food shortages because the foods aren't ready. And of course, we're encouraged to take social distance, and so people are more likely to buy items first that will last a while. Toilet roll doesn't have an end date. And so all it's took is people who maybe had enough toilet roll already, buying an extra pack, and all of a sudden the shelves are bare, and this causes everybody else to panic. And that's really not helped anything. But this is a whole really complex societal thing. And the big problem is that we as a nation need to change out of how we work, whether this is encouraging more homework working, having better connections for things like public transport, because things like the local metro and the tubes are too crowded. They're over capacity. There needs to be things to help bring it below capacity. Bus services are a bit of a nightmare as well. And driving isn't always accessible to everybody. And equally, there's still a limit to how many cars you have on the road. That stuff like people's personal hygienes, and this is something I've said as well, is that we've all been in dive bars before. I've been going, how old am I? 38. I've been going to gigs for 22 years, and I've been to plenty of dive bars around the country, and plenty of really nice bars around the country, including one that the band complained was too clean. But okay, that aside. And there'll be scummy little, horrible little venues that don't have soap. And they're now putting on stuff, we're still open. We're telling our staff to wash our hands, and we're putting some soap in the toilets. This is what you should be doing anyway, for fuck's sake, you scruffy wee shits. So never again after this, never tolerate venues that just don't take your hygiene certificate seriously. Don't, because that is one of the reasons that's led to stuff like this spread. I'll get off my soapbox now. Yeah.
Fair play. What do you think people can do to help people in the industry? What do you think the fans, gig goers, the purchasers of artists can do to help out?
I think there's people who want to support the industry that might not be able to, but I want to give you some things to encourage. So firstly, your band who's just lost all of their tours, your comedian, your musician, whatever art you like, has just lost their main source of income. And maybe you didn't get round to buying their latest album. Maybe there's something else in the back catalogue you didn't get back round to buying. Bandcamp are waiving all fees at the minute. Could be a good time to buy. Maybe you just don't have enough t-shirts and you could buy a t-shirt. I don't know. Not everybody has the revenue to support what they want. Perhaps in the short term, if you want to start to help the industry, but you're really poor, minimum, this is about the easiest thing I can think of to do for free. The easiest two things I can do for free. One, share the fuck out of stuff from the bands and the promoters and stuff that you like. Share the fuck out of it. Even if you don't buy, if you're spreading the word out of music you like, out of shows that you think people should be checking out, of stuff like this that happens, it signal boosts and it helps these people. And maybe you can't help them, but somebody else can, and that's good. And number two, really simple. Go on Spotify and just press play on the tape. And if you're sick of hearing it, just press mute. I know it's only 0.0000, but like, it adds up a little bit, doesn't it? You know, it's better than nothing. Is to be careful of coming across as entitled. That ultimately, me as a promoter, as a DJ, as whatever the fuck I'm doing this week, I am grateful for every little piece of support that somebody gives. I know it's not usually about me, but about the shows that I'm creating, the ideas I'm trying to put on stage, the bands I'm trying to break into the area, the whatever it is I'm trying to do. I know it's about them rather than about me. But just be aware of entitled, because nobody actually is owed support. But just be aware that, you know, these are folk that struggled. And hey, if you can buy some music, you get something cool to check out.